Yesterday I had the most amazing experience. I'm working with a group of young leaders or potential leaders in an organization, helping them to understand what it truly means to lead as opposed to being a technical expert. And one of the topics that we cover is this whole idea of intrinsic motivation. I've become really inspired by this idea. What is intrinsic motivation? As opposed to being motivated by external things, bonuses, promotions, compliments, prizes, or whatever, or recognition from other people, intrinsic motivation is that motivation that comes from within, that drives us forward, that helps us to connect with what we're doing and giving us a sense of purpose in what we're trying to achieve. Clearly, this is a far superior form of motivation and is really most often ascribed to any form of success in people's lives. It is possible, if you're in a position of leadership, to help people become intrinsically motivated and to connect with their purpose. And I did a little exercise with the students, asking them to reflect in their lives on people who'd had a direct impact on their ability to become intrinsically motivated. And wow, the stories I heard were just heartbreaking and really inspiring and humbling. Stories about a mother who looked after 5 children and left a legacy in their lives, about a father talking to somebody at his deathbed about how he needs to stand up for himself, a young woman who was very inspired by her eldest sister, who was the first person in the family to become a graduate, people who have intervened in people's lives who they didn't even know. Each one of us, if we reflect on our lives, there have been people who have invested in us, shown faith in us, and helped us to become truly who we are. Now, if you think about it, if you're a leader of people, you have an opportunity to do far more than just achieve the KPIs and the results. You have an opportunity to help them to become intrinsically motivated. Isn't that an exciting prospect? In order to do that, of course, you need to be able to connect with them. They need to trust you. If your people truly trust you, they will allow you to have the ability to impact their lives if you take the time to do so. So how do you intrinsically motivate people? Well, Susan Flower wrote a fascinating book on why motivation doesn't work and what does. Says 3 main things. Give people a sense of autonomy, that they have a degree of decision making in the processes that they are working in. Help them to connect to the purpose of the organization as well as to their own, to the people that they're working with, and competence. If people know what they're doing, it's far easier for them to become intrinsically motivated than people who are struggling with something that they're not sure of. So imparting knowledge and helping people to grow and develop. And isn't that exciting? Imagine that someone reflects on their lives and says, in my life, that person, you, was my leader many years ago, but left such a mark on my life that I was encouraged to do what I've done and achieve what I've achieved. Leadership, in the words of Siya Kolisi, is not a pressure. It does have its challenges, of course, but it's a massive privilege. And I think we need to embrace that privilege as the overarching reason as to why we're leaders. I have a privilege to leave a legacy in your life. Let me try and do as best I can by you. Okay, those are my thoughts for today. I hope to catch you soon.